Yes, sir.
Is it on? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Craig Eiland on behalf of Texas Trial Lawyers Association against the bill. And I got to correct one thing because I was here in 09 and 11, and the reason the changes were made were not because of mass lawsuits. It was because TWIA was terrible in the way they handled the claims after Hurricane Ike.
Okay.
That's what resulted in all the lawsuits, which then resulted in the changes that we have now at TWIA that you heard testimony on in your bill 2 weeks ago. What this would do, and so the FAIR Plan are people not just on the coast. In fact, I was hoping that the Harris County delegation as well as Dallas would be here because the vast majority of these policies are in Fort Bend County and Harris County. And then Dallas and Fort Worth, or Dallas and Tarrant County represent more than Galveston County has in the FAIR Plan. You get in the FAIR Plan because nobody wants to insure you because you live in Dallas where it hails a lot, or you live in Wichita Falls, Tornado Alley. So people go into the FAIR Plan because the companies that Jay represent dumps them and doesn't want to insure them through no fault of their own. Not because they had a claim, not because they live on the coast, not because the legislature or the state is at risk. If like on TWIA, where the state is at risk because if you go above the amount of money TWIA has, then the state could lose money through tax policy tax.
I have to stop you right there. I don't think that exists any longer. That's been changed. That was in the previous funding structure.
What? Oh, the tax credits?
Tax credits.
Okay. So then there's even less reason to apply those claim limitations and take away policyholders' rights all across the state. Just because we took them away to TWIA policyholders doesn't mean we should take them away from FAIR Plan policyholders who are there through no fault of their own, perhaps, number one. Number two, this bill also includes an arbitration provision that would be offered to people that if they go through if their claim is denied, they could go to appraisal and give up their right to go to a jury trial in their locale. And so big concerns on both arbitration provision being in there and taking away rights from these people who don't live on the coast, who are not TWIA, and putting those policy restrictions and taking away their rights for no good reason. And Jay's people are the people that pay through assessments, but they can fix that because all they got to do is not dump people. And then in fact, there's fewer people in 2018 in the FAIR Plan than there was in 2017. So it's not like there's an explosion of either litigation or explosion of people in the FAIR Plan because it's gone down by about 12,000 people from 17 to 18.
Representative Johnson.
Thank you for coming, Craig. So just so I can understand, so this bill would essentially remove protections for consumers for unfair claims handling practices in this plan?
Yes, in Dallas County.
In Dallas County. So this means that if you are, for whatever reason under this, is that necessary in order to keep the FAIR Plan in action? Why would we've spent a lot of session in this restoring consumer rights in the insurance sector. This bill seems to take a step backwards in terms of consumer rights with respect to dealing with their insurance companies.
That's what it does. It takes away their rights and says if the FAIR Plan accepts your claim for a hailstorm in Dallas, then the only thing you can do is go to appraisal if you don't agree with what they offer. If they deny your claim, then you can go to trial in Dallas County. But here they want you to sign an arbitration agreement and agree to go to arbitration.
Well, who's going to pay the cost of the arbitration?
The policyholder.
So the policyholder, when you go to arbitration, then you're not only
in appraisal, you pay for your half of the appraisal.
Versus if they were access to the open courts, they don't have, the only cost they have is a $335 filing fee.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Members, any other questions? Thank you, Craig. Appreciate you being here.